Day 27. Day 27. Long game thinking. How family court really decides who wins, who eventually wins. I'll tell you now. The lie you've been sold. Let me start with a sentence that will offend almost everyone, as it normally does. If you're trying to win your family court case in the next hearing, you don't understand family court. And if nobody has told you that yet, it's because the system depends on you not understanding it. Family court is not designed to resolve disputes quickly. It's designed to observe behavior under pressure over time. That's the part nobody writes down. That's the part you only learn after your case has dragged on for a year. Today is about the long game. 6 months, 12 months, because that is the time horizon the system actually uses, even if it pretends otherwise. The real purpose of delay. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Delay in family court is not just backlog, it's functional. Delay allows the system to answer questions it cannot legally ask out loud. Who deteriorates under stress? Who escalates when ignored? Who stays predictable when frustrated? Who becomes obsessive, angry, chaotic, or controlling over time? The court doesn't trust first impressions. It trusts patterns, and patterns require time. That's why nothing moves quickly. That's why interim arrangements linger. That's why temporary becomes normal. Not because it's fair, because it's diagnostic. The status quo trap. Let's talk about the most dangerous phrase in family court, shall we? The children have now settled in their current arrangements. That sentence is not about children. It's about institutional comfort. Once a situation exists long enough, the system becomes psychologically invested in not being the one that destabilizes it. So here's the brutal truth. The longer a situation exists without an incident, the more risky it is. The more risky it becomes for the court to challenge it, or for the court to change it. Not morally risky, professionally risky. That is why delay favors whoever already has control, unless the other parent understands how to play the long game. Why emotional parents lose over time. Now, here's where people get angry. But stay with me. The court isn't judging how much you love your child. It's not. It's just not. It assumes you do. It's judging how you behave when deprived from control. Every email you send, every complaint you lodge, every argument you push, every application you file, these aren't just actions. They're data points. And over 6 to 12 months, the system builds a psychological profile of you, whether you like it or not. People who fight hard often think they're showing commitment. What the system sees is fixation, inability to self-regulate, inability to tolerate uncertainty. And these traits scare risk-averse institutions. The dirty secret about doing nothing. Here's something no solicitor will tell you plainly. Sometimes the strongest move is deliberately non-movement. No avoidance, not disengagement, not give up, strategic stillness. Because silence doesn't just mean absence of the communication. It means absence of problem creating. Systems relax around people who don't generate work. And relaxed systems shorten reports, soften language, reduce supervision, stop micromanaging. And this is why people who say less often progress faster. Not because they're right, no, but because they're easy to manage. The 6 to 12 month psychological test. Now, family court quietly tests one thing above all else. Can this parent remain stable when the system withholds reassurance? Most can't. They spiral, they rant, they moralize, they catastrophize. They demand justice on a human timetable. And the system writes silently. This parent struggles when frustrated. 6 months in, the narrative isn't about allegations anymore. No, it's about how you respond to uncertainty. That's the long game. Why solicitors think differently to LIPs. Here's a distinction that changes everything. Solicitors don't think in hearings. They think in phases. They expect interim loss, slow correction, delayed vindication. Litigants in person expect immediate fairness, instant logic, fast truth. That mismatch destroys cases. Professionals know that the real decisions is often made before the final hearing, based on who has proven themselves least risk-averse over time. The final hearing just formalizes it. It's like a celebration almost. It's like the cup final celebration, but the winner's already been selected. The most controversial part here. Here's a sentence that will make people furious. Family court rewards boring parents, not good parents, not loving parents, not passionate parents, boring ones. Boring. Predictable, boring. Predictable, contained, boring. Boring, unreactive, contained, predictable. Low maintenance, That doesn't mean silence forever. It means controlled visibility. Controlled. You show up consistently. You don't over-explain. You don't perform. You don't collapse. Over time, the system begins to trust you, not because it likes you, but because you don't threaten its stability. The practical long game framework. Now, here's how to think from today onwards, if you can. Stop asking, what do I need to say now? And start asking, what version of me needs to exist on this paper 9 months' time? Every action should answer one of the following points. Does this reduce or increase the perceived risk? Does this stabilize or destabilize the system? Does this make me easier or harder to manage on paper? You're not playing to today's judge. You're playing to the future summary. Now, the long game is brutal because it feels passive, but it isn't. It absolutely is not. It's disciplined. It's controlled. It's strategic. Anyone can explode under injustice. Very few can remain coherent while being ignored. Family court doesn't reward the parent who suffered the most. It rewards the parent who didn't because they become dangerous under pressure. That's not fair, but it's real. And if you understand that now, you're already ahead of most people walking into family court. Buongiorno, until next time.